your community, caring about your banking needs. Genoa Bank, taking your banking needs personally.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get a load of these guys. They rig the system, take all the profits, and stick us with the bill. So Marcy Kaptur said, enough's enough. Kaptur took on the special interests, opposed cuts to Medicaid, fought against corporate price gouging, voted to invest in Northwest Ohio, sponsored legislation to lower drug prices, and helped bring millions in new manufacturing jobs to Northwest Ohio. Thank Marcy Kaptur for fighting for us and sticking it to them.
Some measure success in dollars, others in victories. But at Kissling, Nestico, and Reddick, we measure it in the lives we touch. 9 million stories, 9 million moments, 9 million lives impacted by our commitment to justice and our communities. At K&R, we think beyond the numbers. Behind every statistic is a person who needed someone to stand up and fight or to lend a helping hand. This is just the beginning of our story. Hurt in a car? Call K&R.
WTOL 11 is sponsored by PolyPro, the concrete floor coatings experts.
Welcome back to Good Day. So it's outdoor concert season in the Toledo area, and one group is one of the perennial favorites in the Glass City.
Yeah, recently our Amanda Faye sat down with Patrick Myers because he is Freddie Mercury of Killer Queen.
Good morning, Patrick, and thank you for joining us on Good Day. Where are you calling us from today?
I am just outside Brighton in England, so
wow.
we've got the last few UK shows to do before we toddle across the water to America.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you here once again at Centennial Terrace in Sylvania. For people who haven't seen Killer Queen perform, you've come to the Toledo area several times, so we're excited to have you back. But tell us a little bit about Killer Queen, and I think we kind of have an idea. But
yeah, well, we've played a few times. So what we like to do is we like to do together the costumes, the look and atmosphere, and the songs of a Queen concert, and put them all together so that Queen were kind of like the foremost kind of like stadium rock band when I was growing up. And to go to their concert was like a magic ticket. It was so exciting. And, you know, I think the whole world got a taste of that during Live Aid, you know, when you saw just how dynamic Freddie was, you know. So I never got a chance to see Queen live, and I put on these concerts for everyone else that never got a chance to see Queen with Freddie live. And we just try and get as many elements right. You can't, you know, there's no being Freddie. Freddie was unique. I played a part of Freddie on stage. I've got training in acting, and the band are extraordinary. So they're really good musicians that I surround myself with. So we give everything we've got in terms of look, costumes, lighting and design, and performance. To make it an exciting evening. And we've had lots of exciting evenings with you in the past, and we're looking forward to doing it again.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at you now, and this isn't even you on the stage and in the whole costume and everything, it gives you a very good idea of what people are going to get. But what is it like to say, I play Freddie Mercury? I mean, this is, as you said, one of a kind, unique person.
He was, yeah. He remains so. I mean, there's no one like him. What's it like? It's kind of good fun. You know, because it's a huge responsibility and all that sort of stuff, because he's got a great voice and he's a perfect performer. So you can let all that sort of like weigh you down like a horrible ship's anchor or something. But I think you're missing the fun that he put into his performance by doing that. I mean, so I've trained my voice, I've got acting, and I've studied movement and stuff, and so I can see, you know, how to sort of inhabit a character and just become that in the same way that Freddie could, because Freddie's character on stage was a character. He wasn't like that off stage, and he was always saying that in interviews. So it's you know, his performance was a character. So you can sort of, you're stepping into the shoes of Freddie's on stage character. The music is so great. The music is so dynamic and full of emotion and twists and turns and stuff that you really what you're doing is you're just physicalizing that music and improvising and having fun, you know. it's precise and it's sort of refined, but it's quite animalistic too. It's like when you see, you know, the world's most beautiful dog in the park, just having with a great big smile on its face, running around and having a great time. To me, that was like watching Freddie on stage. He was just, and you're captivated by that when you see things like that in the park. You just have to look. And with Freddie, you're captivated by him too, because there was such a spirit in him, you know, and such a sense of enjoyment and fun, you know. So that's very addictive.
Yeah,
you know?
and as you said, the music is just so good, and I think it transcends generations as well. I know my 7-year-old, we have the radio on, and a Queen song will come on, and we'll say, Maggie, who sings this? And she knows immediately, like who that is. And so
they were so distinct. Freddie's voice and Brian's guitar, and the Queen sound with you know, Roger on drums and John's bass. It was, you just know it's them. You know, it's, you know, it's they were brilliant, you know, and they do transcend generations. The songwriting, and they all wrote the songs. The songwriting was fantastic, and so many great albums. What a treasure trove, you know, and it does, you know, the quality of it just exists outside of time, you know, which is great because it means we're still touring after all these years, you know. But you know.
Yeah. So are you going to play all of them, as many as you can?
I think it would be a very long concert if we played all of them. Fun as that would be, you know, we pack as much as we can into every night, and we mix it up a bit. We change things. We make sure we've got some deep cuts from the earlier work that people really love. So it's slightly different every year, but you know, having said that, you know, we always make sure we play the huge. I mean, there's so many huge hits, but you know, you're not going to go home without hearing Bohemian Rhapsody. So don't worry.
Okay, good.
That's going to happen. Yeah, that's going to happen.
Okay, good. So do you have a favorite that you love to perform?
To perform, I love Show Must Go On and Days of Our Lives, which was on their later work, because they're just such moving songs. They were kind of written sort of by Roger and Brian respectively, but I think the riff for Show Must Go On was one of John's. But they're extraordinary pieces of work. But I also, you know, there's a song called Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy, which is just a really good fun song, you know, or a song like Killer Queen. It's Freddie's sort of Noel Coward phase, I think, you know, that sort of like English sort of 1920s stuff. And Brian used to do a bit of that as well. I love all that kind of vibe, you know. It's great fun. So yeah, I mean, really, I see the songs as a body of work, you know, and I see a concert as like a big sort of party and an emotional experience that you invited the audience to have a great time with you. So I see a concert as a whole thing, you know, rather than then there's this song and then there's this. You sort of see it a bit like that because you're structuring a set and you've got, you know, light and shade and all that sort of stuff. But really, I see the whole thing as just a kind of an experience, you know, for an audience, you know, and taking them on that experience like a journey, you know.
We will look forward to having you here again at Centennial Terrace in Sylvania. This will be the weekend following the 4th of July, so I think it's July 12th. July 12th, you'll be at Centennial Terrace. People can get their tickets now and enjoy, again, this just incredible experience. As you said, it is absolutely an experience. So thanks so much for taking the time to catch up with us today. We'll look forward to seeing you back here soon.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, take care.
Take care.
And we'll be back with some more Good Day right after this. Stay with us.